Hey, today we have Drew. And you got top 4 today playing what?
Madolche.
Really?
The best deck of the format.
The best deck of the format.
It is.
Anything you want to say about your deck before we start?
No one knows how to play against it, and honestly, that's why I win most of my games.
Take them by surprise.
Yeah, of course.
How many cards are in your main deck before we start?
40.
Any shadows before we start?
No.
Alright. Main deck.
Main deck. 3 of Best Girl. Madolche. It's a Stratos. This card's been out for like 10 years and people still don't know what it does. 3 Angeli. The Lone Fire of the deck. This card does matter, but a lot of people don't know that. Funny enough. This is the only card that actually matters. Does it like get your plays going? When I watch people like play this deck, like they're not very good at like keeping stuff out of their graveyard, but because of the new Vernistil cards, like you don't care as much. So I play like a really heavy monster count. 2 Hoot Cake, you only need 2. You never want to draw it. You want it in your deck. It's the same thing with the gelatos, right? You play 2 because in the combo, if you draw 1, you need 1 in deck. I also don't play Pudding Cess because that card's horrible. I don't understand why anybody plays that card. It's a brick, straight up. If that card is in your deck, you're trash. 3 of the Duck. This is the best one because it searches Angeli. 3 of the little girl Vernistil. So this searches the Duck so that you can then get your Angeli. 1 of the Bear because there are certain scenarios where like you just want to draw a card because you have so many monsters in your hand. You're trying to get to like the non-engine pieces that you play. 3 Fenrir. So this card is just good, right? Like it's a free special. It replaces itself. It goes well with the Vernistils. You can special them back off the Vernistils. It's an interruption because the deck doesn't inherently make like a hard interruption. It makes a what is the girl card? A glass souffle, right? And that card doesn't actually do anything. Like
you have Promenade.
Yeah, Promenade. Promenade's like your only hard interruption. The other one is kind of shitty. 2 Heralds. I know the list put it at 3, but you don't need 3. You don't need 3. You can play 3, but you don't ever want to really get rid of like your Angeli and your what is the other one called? Petting Sister. You never want to get rid of those. You just kind of pitch like your Vernistils if you already have combo. 3 Nib, it's just a good hand trap. 3 Ash, good hand trap. And then I play 3 Book. This is like the only like pseudo trap card that I play, just because like you can dodge like imperm and stuff with your tiramisu.
So even with the ban list, you probably still keep that card?
I don't know what else to put in this place, if that makes sense. Like it's versatile enough into most decks that it's not horrible, but this is one of the cards I do side out if I'm like going second.
Yeah.
Then the 1-ofs, they're searchable. Konami can at least get a rarity bump. And then 2 of the Promenade. I did consider playing Palooza. So if you don't know what that does, it especially summons all the Madolches from your hand. So it's like getting to pendulum summon your Madolches, which is pretty good. Because a lot of the games that you lose are because you get stuck with a bunch of Madolches in your hand.
I was gonna say, but then you drew a bunch of Madolches. That doesn't sound too great anyway.
Exactly. So it's like it's a way of like getting them out of your hand without having to like it makes your like field spell better when you add them back to your hand.
Would you consider maybe Imperm over Book?
You could play Imperm, but Imperm is just also not good against the Unchained matchup. So Book is still good in more matchups for me.
Okay.
Right? For the extra deck, the only cards that actually matter and the only cards I ever actually make are this card. I make like up to 2 to 3 of these a game. The actual best card in the deck, only because like it facilitates like not dying a lot of the time. Like you just wall up with your ticket, you have 5 monsters, and you go, okay, well, did you kill me? All right, well then I'm just gonna use all my Vernistil cards and start, pressing through your board. I only play this card because it becomes 3,000 when you put it on top of like a Madolche.
You don't play putting the brick.
Yeah, you don't play the brick. It's only for like to swing. 1 dweller. I don't ever make it. Laguska. In theory, if your like hand is really bad or if you get like hand trapped enough, when you special the petting, if you don't activate the effect, you can make up a Laguska. 1 Exciton. Okay. For the 1 talents I play in my side deck. I do make this card sometimes. It has a hidden ability where it can't die by battle or card effect.
People don't know that.
People don't. So you shuffle back a Madolche in your graveyard.
And you can't die.
$1 at outs cards. Awesome, because it's Earth. Cool. And then 1 Phoenix because it pops back up.
On your main deck, you didn't play Frost. They need the pot, right?
Yeah, you don't need any pots.
Okay.
Like, you have so many cards that get the engine started that you do not need pot frustrated.
Okay.
For the side deck, this is kind of irrelevant. I just kind of put random good cards in it. You have a talents. I did have thrust, but I sold them, so i.e. the 1 thrust. 2 lightning storms, 3 ruler, 3 droll. 2 of this card. I don't even know if this is good against anymore. Branded, right? Branded. It's good against branded from what I heard. Harpies, and then 3 evenly. I'm sorry, I didn't have a 15th white sleeve.
Yeah.
I guess, like, if you're playing this deck, what I see a lot of people still commit their Chateau way too early, right? So what you do, the typical turn 1 combo is, I'll do the import. This is all you need, Madolche players, okay? Just so you understand, this is all you need.
Like you play to survive, essentially?
You play to survive, right? Because on the clapback, and you don't have to go second, all right? It's still good to put up interrupts before your opponents go. Like your board typically looks something like this. This is enough.
I'm assuming this was brought up by Jelly.
It's not. It's not. It's not because in the combo, you actually need to petting to get to this, and because it's okay with being a level 2, because you don't care that it's level 2. It's already level 3, which doesn't work with the engine anyway, right? So you do this, right? You keep your Chateau in your hand, right? Because if you get destroyed, right? Let's say you get destroyed, you have to be able to clear these cards, or you can't play. Right? So you keep the Chateau in your hand, which is why you can also play the Palooza if you wanted to commit the Chateau. But the Chateau is only good if you have hand traps in your graveyard, because you're trying to like add them back to your hand to use them again, right?
Yeah. So essentially, you just play that to survive and then try to kill them on the card.
Correct. So yeah, that's
well, thank you, Drew. Congratulations on your placement tonight.
No problem.
Have a good night.